Hello, everybody, and I'm back. Welcome to another episode of Okay Real Quick. I'm your host, Tameka Monet, and I know y'all probably like, nah, bitch, what the hell is going on? You done took like damn near 6 months off and everything. I'm gonna get to all of that, and I'm gonna explain everything, and it's pretty much this show is gonna be about what's been happening. You know, a lot of people who know me know what happened and what's going on and why I took a break, and I'm explaining a lot on that. So, but I just first want to say thank you guys for just rocking out with me and just being back. This is my comeback show. I'm trying to do a couple things different. I had a little time off to think about things and just kind of just come a little, here and there. Like I said, I wanted to make a show explaining everything. So I had shows already taped, but when everything that took place, I'll explain, happened, I kind of just had to take a little break. And that's why you probably see a couple shows where I'm blonde and a couple shows where I'm not. Don't mind that. Just listen to the content. Don't worry about that. If you watch it on YouTube, you see what I'm talking about. And everything. So let's just get to it, because I know you guys are probably just wondering what happened and why I haven't been around for a while. On June 6th, a lot of people that already know me know I was dating Ty, who was known as Tameka from another web series.
Tyrone Fleming's day job was working for the energy company Con Edison, but he also played Tameka in the YouTube web series 848, a crime drama set in New York City. Tragically, he was found dead by his girlfriend at 5 p.m. in his own apartment on Wednesday.
This is the picture of the victim, 40-year-old Tyrone Fleming. He worked for Con Ed and is a father of two, apparently a 10 and a 16-year-old. Police say it was Wednesday evening just after 5 when they were called to Fleming's apartment on University Avenue after his girlfriend found him in a pool of blood, his body half in his apartment and half in the hallway.
According to friends and neighbors, Fleming was a caring family man, and they aren't sure why anyone would want to hurt him.
And I'm pretty sure you guys have been watching the news. Those who haven't, on June 6th, he pretty much was murdered. And I'm trying to figure out how I could word this. Like, I've been practicing this show, but of course it's always different when you're actually doing it. For the people that's been hearing the news, what you have heard was true. As far as I was the person that did find him, me and his mother. And that pretty much did happen. And when it happened, it was just so crazy, because it was literally like 2 days after I had just released my mental illness show and talking about everything like that, but we'll get to that. So I'm going to touch on that situation. I'm going to touch on it, but I'm not going to give too many details, just out of respect for the situation. But I'm going to answer a couple of questions I have been asked often. So, yes, that did happen. He did lose his life. We were together for 2 years. I never really talked about it on the show because I always wanted the show to be a neutral place, like just to be kind of neutral where you could talk. Because sometimes when people know you have a man, they don't talk to you the way they want to, or they don't be as free as they want to. And then, I don't want you to feel like I'm being biased because of anything. So I never really talked about it. But people that know me know what it is. The people that knew him knew what it was. And we were in a very serious relationship. And that happened June 6th. And so like I said, we was the news is pretty much consistent with it. The only detail that was a little bit different is that after everything was said and done, and they kind of did the autopsies and stuff like that, they realized that he was actually shot in the back. Yes, it was somebody that he thought he knew. I'm not gonna even say that he knew him, because we all think we know people until things happen like this. So I'm gonna say somebody that he thought he knew, someone he considered a friend. Yes, the person has been caught. That's been a question that a lot of people have asked me, like, oh, what's going on with that? Because in the beginning, for the family's sake, and just we wasn't really, because we still was kind of piecing things together and understanding what was going on. We didn't really just come out and be like, oh, but yes, the person was caught. They was actually caught. This happened on a Wednesday, and they caught the person on a Friday. And it was crazy because it was like he got caught like literally the night, like I was hanging out on the block. We how when someone passes away, especially that moment, we just all kind of had just came to the building, lit the candles. Me and his sister literally came to the house, came to the building. We relit all the candles and everything like that. And then I get the phone call like 3 in the morning. You know, like, oh, we caught the guy. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. You know, so that is a saving grace. Another question a lot of people ask me is, how is his family doing? And his mom just lost her son. You know what I mean? So that kind of explains how she's doing. Like, she's okay, but she's not okay. Like, she's making everything happen. Honestly, her strength throughout the whole situation is what gave me a little bit of strength, because she was just like on top of everything. She did not stop. And I know she's doing it out of grief and just trying to make everything right during that time. But it was just kind of like, you know, I just felt so like, you know, I got to be strong for her. Because in the beginning when everything happened, like I said, she was with me. And my first thought at that moment, because a lot of people ask me like, oh my God, Tameka, how could that happen? And how could you deal with it? And I'm like, you know what? When everything happened, like I said, his mother was with me, and my whole thought was protect mommy, because you know who I know how I am with my mom, and I know the relationship that I have with my mother, and I know the relationship that he had with his mom, and I'm like, he doesn't, you know, I know he wouldn't want his mother to see what I saw. So my thought was like kind of just protect mommy and everything. So throughout her strength in that, it was just kind of like inspiring for me to I had to pull it together. And you know, his kids, they're okay for the moment. I mean, you know, just keep everybody in prayer. I'll say that, because this is a long road ahead of us. We are in the whole court process and everything like that. Like I said, the person was caught, and it was somebody that he thought he knew. And, you know, that pretty much is what it is. And that's pretty much what I was dealing with to talk about it, but not really talk about it so much, to give you guys an insight, because like I said, I'm not going to give you too many details. It's not really necessary. But you know, that's pretty much what happened. And not to take the focus off what happened, but it was just like really a hard moment for me, as you could imagine. Like I said, a lot of people didn't know how we were, how close we were. And people often look at Instagram like, oh, I didn't see our pictures up or whatever. That had nothing to do with our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't feel like putting pictures up didn't take away from any of how we were together. And it just really affected me a lot. And I just couldn't focus on the show. I really, you know, like I said, like prior to that, I had just released my I really just kind of opened up to you guys about what was going on with my mental health, and you know, talking about depression and everything like that. So you can only imagine that kind of just put me in a whole other place, and it kind of put me in a space where I just was like, what the hell am I gonna do? You know what I mean? We always think about, oh, well, if this happened, I would do this. Nah, you're not gonna do that. Like, it always sounds good. It always sounds like, oh, if this happened to me, I'm going to go out and do this. Or if this happens, or if that, oh my God, I wish something like that would happen, And it's like, if it happens, trust me when I tell you, you ain't doing that. You ain't going to act like that. You ain't going to do what you think you're going to do. Yo, something happened to me, I'm going to do this to the whole block. No, you're not. Not doing that. You're going to cry. You're going to be sad. You're going to be in a bad place. You're going to be in a hole for a minute. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be confused. As I was. I never expected anything like this to happen. You know, we hear about stuff like this happening all the time, everywhere. And we never think about it until it happens. So it's like, I never in my wildest dreams would imagine something like this would happen. And I promise you, I wish this on nobody. This feeling is so different. And it took a lot from me. It took so much from me, yo. And I apologize, you guys, for not, you know, just kind of speaking up about everything. But I kind of was trying to get it all together myself. And I do have to say, if you guys, I pray no one ever has to deal with this, but even if you're dealing with somebody, it really put my life into a different type of perspective. I see things so different. I handle things so different. I handle friends. I handle people different. It's so, you know, we often, especially black women, I'll say, we often kind of have we gonna make it work mentality, or we gonna figure it out, or we don't need nobody, or, you know, I got this type of mentality. But when I tell you, no, it's so important to have people around you that legit support you. I never in my life thought that I would need the support that I had. And I didn't think it would come from who it came from. When I tell you I have friends that literally was not speaking to me every day, like they was like calling me every day, texting me every day, like, no, where you at? We, everything. You want to go out to drink? You want to go out to eat? Let's go smoke some hookah. Like, it was just really overwhelming. I don't think that they know how much that meant to me. Like, I can't even express to you in words how much that meant to me, because in that time, it's like you really, well, I really felt so lost, because I never realized until I didn't have, you never realize what you have or who you have until you don't have the option anymore. Like, we can argue all day, but I could still call you and be like, what you eating? Or you still call me and be like, what you want to go eat? Or you want to go do this? But when you don't have that call coming in, when you don't have the options no more, it really changes a lot of stuff. I realized that I had no plan past this man. And I didn't realize that until I had to plan my life past this man. I literally felt real empty. And that's why I kind of abandoned everything. I abandoned my show. I abandoned, I lost the will to do anything. Like, I was smiling with everybody, but at the same time, I really didn't want to be there. And it was really messed up. And I never realized that. And I really feel like this situation was such a curse, but it was such a blessing at the same time, for the simple fact that, I lost my man. I lost my companion. But I learned so much. I took instead of me, I don't know, like completely giving up hope. And I had a lot of support to not allow me to do that, because on the low I did kind of slip into a place. But I kind of took it and I'm like, okay, I taught, like anybody that knows our relationship know, I put Ty on to like traveling. I helped him see the world, and we was planning things outside of his norm, because at the time he didn't really see things past himself. And I kind of just opened that up a little bit. And I'm not saying that to be in a vein. I mean, his family will tell you, everybody tell you, even his uncle kind of said something to me that really touched me, and I was like, damn, like, I didn't think it was that. I was just loving a man, and she came to me like, thank you for loving him, like, because they seen the growth. Everyone used to say, I see the change in you. I see how you are. Don't let that Instagram shit fool you. A lot of people that follow him like, oh, don't let that shit fool you. At the end of the day, there was a lot that happened that we learned from, I taught, put him on to. He never got stamps on his passport until he met me, you know what I'm saying? And we on a trip going to 3 countries at one time. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just kind of saying, like, we all learn something from each other at some point. And I think that while I was kind of teaching him some things while he was here, I learned so much more from him now that he's not here. But I learned that about myself, because I learned kind of like to be a little bit selfish now, because it was just like I realized now that I realized now how much I wasn't focused on myself, and how much I wasn't about bettering myself, because all I wanted to do was be a good woman for somebody. And I learned a lot about this, and I learned a lot about myself in this situation. And I know it might sound crazy, but tragedy will change you. It will so change you. And I don't want you guys to ever have to go through a tragedy such as this to learn something, but this is what I had to do. And this was my path, and this is how I'm seeing it, so that's why I'm like, I took the time to kind of really get better to a place and kind of refocus. And a lot of people, I get this question a lot, and a lot of people ask me, like, how are you doing? How are you? And I'm like, my response to you will always be, I'm okay. Because I don't, I'm still working on being honest about being emotionally, I don't want to say emotional burden, but I feel like when you tell people I'm not okay, it kind of makes them feel like they're responsible for your feelings after that. Or they kind of make it be like, well, they don't know what to say if you're like, I'm not okay. You know what I mean? They're like, ooh, oh, really, you need something? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to do that, because I will tell you to be honest, and now that I'm being honest, and nobody's here to question my feelings or to put it on anybody. Like I'm better. I'll say that. I'm better than I was. I'm able to actually talk about the situation. I'm actually able to communicate a little bit better about my feelings now to certain people. Not everybody, because everybody also doesn't need to know your business. Everybody don't need to know, extra details about everything. That's why I'm talking about this, but I'm being very A and B with it, because I feel like there's so many details that lead to more questions, that lead to speculations that don't need to be put into it, and it just creates more issues. Anyway, so I just that's pretty much where I was at with it. But I will admit I did go to, I'm better because no one really knows the situation that I've been. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I got into a place that I got called out on by my mom, and I thought I was on a low. Like, I was drinking OD. I never even thought I could be that person. Like, I literally was. And then the bad part about it was I was drinking, like, under the table. Like, I would have Hennessy bottles by my bed and not even realize that I'm taking a whole bottle down every day. And it was bad because I was just like, it was not me, but I wasn't me. It was just a way for me to, and then the bad part about it was that for, after it happened, like literally, and think about the problem that I had with the situation. This happened on June 6th. My birthday is on June 10th. And I got a lot of slack for me enjoying my own birthday, which I felt was, I just felt like I just felt like, how am I not allowed to enjoy some sunshine through this rain? You feel me? I felt really bad that people that I cared about kind of judged me or put it against me for not doing what they expected me to do, but still not understanding why I made the choice that I made. And that's another thing that helped me throughout this, because I'm realizing now that I have to just make my own choices for me and not worry about what other people think, because doing that, it just changes everything. And the situation really put people in a position to show me who's there, who's not. And I hate that it had to be like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because you don't ever want this to be something. I didn't expect anything from anybody. And I'm not going to say I didn't expect anything from us. I'm going to say that everything, all the love I got, all the words I got, all the support I got came from where I least expected it. And I got put in a position where I had to make a decision, and I chose myself, and I lost a lot by making those decisions. And I'm kind of bitter about it, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a not fixable thing, but at the same time, it's just like, how do you not understand? If we call each other friends, this is when it counts. This right here is what played a part to me, because these moments like this is when it counts. It's not your birthday party. It's not, it's not when you get a new car. It's not when you buy your first Gucci belt. It's not when you buy 50 bottles in the club. It's none of that shit. It's moments like this. It's moments that's behind everything that happened was so public because of who he was and how our relationship was, and who, I'm not gonna say me so much, but people came to me because they knew from what we showed. But it was moments like this is when it counts. So it's like, it's very important to pay attention to when your real life happens, who's there. And I don't mean they don't got to be in your face every day. They don't got to be on your back. But it's just about who is there. You know what I mean? My best friend, I called her frantic. Like, I didn't know what to do when the situation happened. I called her frantic. When I tell you, shorty was like, I'm on my way. Send me the address. And I didn't even get the whole story out. And she's like, I'm on my way. I called my other boy, and he was like, yo, me and shorty on her way, and they came. I wasn't even there when they got there, but they were still there. You know what I'm saying? It was not a question. It was like, what? Like, we on our way. And that didn't even have to happen, but it's just moments like this. When I say your real life happens, even the decisions you make, they still was like, well, what the fuck she got to do, to be okay. We just going to be the cushion if she fall. That's what it's about. It's not about nothing more than that. And I felt like from who I expected to be the cushion they pretty much wasn't there, or they just kind of was mad because I chose another way, and I felt real like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It was people that I didn't even expect to hit me up like, yo, I'm praying for you, or I'm praying for the family, and I'm like, I didn't even know you knew me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what's gonna happen, but it's just like, it really showed me a lot, and it really proved a lot to me, and it really, this entire situation changed my entire life, and it changes everything about how I see things, about how I move, how I approach things. So I took a break from everything, especially OK real quick, and I was sad because I'm like, damn, this is my show, and I kind of had a little buzz, I don't know, I had a little something going on, and I really wanted to do more with it, but it was like, people was on my back about, like, what's going on with your show, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I just really didn't have the energy, and like I said, it really I was super depressed, and I was so depressed, but of course I ain't get an award for best leading actress for nothing, and shout out to Nightlife. But I ain't get an award for that because I literally was like drowning in my own sorrow. But when you saw me, I was like the happiest person in the world. Like, yeah, I'm smiling. Like, oh my God, I'm glad to see you smiling. I'm like, yeah, you don't even know what's gonna happen when I get home. Like, you know what I mean? I went out. What really brought me to it was that I went out. One of my friends, or somebody regular after work. I was so stressed out at work. I had like a moment at work, and I was just like, I gotta drink. And I went to that party, and when I tell y'all, I threw my life to the ball. Like, I had not been in that space since my 20s. Okay? That's how bad it was. Like, I couldn't feel my face. Like, I couldn't do anything. And it was not fun. It wasn't even like it was fun. It was like, I literally went home and probably felt worse than I have felt throughout that whole situation. And then my own mother came to me and was like, you're wildin'. Like, you got to stop. Because this ain't it. I don't care if you got to go see somebody else. Because, I was in therapy, but I just kind of was like, whatever. And she was like, I don't know if you got to go see somebody else. I don't know if we got to take you to AA already, but you ain't doing this. Like, you got to chill. Because I literally was like going in. Like, I was, like I said, I had Hennessy bottles all over the place. Nobody knew. Like, I had to film one day, and I'm like, before they even came over, I'm hiding bottles, like throwing bottles out. You know what I mean? I got like, you know what I mean? And I had a Hennessy bottle. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was really, really bad. And I'm just like, I got to get it together. It took a lot. And I pulled it together. Well, I'm going to say I'm pulling it together. Because, I just realized that, one, it's just, even though this is hard, it's not healthy to just stay in this space. I know, like, also what else was bothering me, what really took a toll on me, a lot of people don't know, is that in January, mind you, I'm dealing with all this. So I'm already in my feelings about things, and I'm depressed. And then I go and, in January of last year, I had lost my cousin, who was like really close to me. And then this January, my cousin, like literally a year to the day, my other cousin, who was like my sister, I literally was raised up like my sister, she passed away randomly. So mind you, I was dealing with that, and I'm still kind of mourning that, but I'm still kind of moving forward, because I've just had to. And then this happened. So it's like tragedy, and live your life. What? Like, who does that? Who can do that? But it's like, these are, I'm kind of now, ever since, my mother literally called me out. She was not with the shit. She was like, nah, we too strong for this. She was like, I lost my mom. Like, you gonna be all right. You feel me? Like, you got life to live. You still gotta lose me. Like, she kind of broke it down to me, like, you still gotta lose me. And that's a pain you ain't never gonna get over either. So, you gonna learn to live with it, and we gonna be okay, and you gonna get it together. And she helped me too. She's been really, even though she's getting on my nerves, because she's so worried about me, and she's just being the same mom as she is. She's getting on my nerves. I love you. Okay, so anybody watch this, don't be like, oh, Tameka was talking shit. Shut up. I tell her the same thing I'm telling y'all. She get on my nerve. I love her though. It's my baby. But she really helped me a lot, even though she's super, super worried about me, to kind of get out that hole. And I just kind of now I feel like it's my duty to be the best Tameka I could possibly be, because why not? You feel me? Now I have myself, And now I have me. And now it's like, and on top of that, if I'm gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I was Todd's girl, this and this and this, I can't be out here slacking. That nigga was never not on point. If you know him, you know him. You know that nigga was always fly. He was always on point. He was always fresh. He always had his shit going. No matter what he had to do it, he would do it. And he was a working man. He was hard working. He got his shit together. He was always trying to be better. And then every time I wanted to do something extra, he was doing what he had to do to make it happen. So why the fuck am I not doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be in this space and I'm gonna say I'm your girl and I'm gonna say I'm your, I'm walking around still technically representing you because everyone's gonna look like, oh, his girl, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm gonna be the best me, but I'm gonna do it for me. But I'm not gonna forget who the fuck I am and who I was and who I was representing and what I was at that point. Because I was fly when I was with him, and I was dope when I was with him, and I was doing my thing when I was with him, and he was here. And it's like, so now I just gotta be a better version of that. So that's why I'm like, I can't, I wasn't trying to just not be on the show or do my show, and then 6 months later come like, hey, Snack Crate. I'd be like, no, bitch, no, bring it back. We gonna have to talk. Where the fuck you was at? Like, we heard the news, girl, what's going on? So I had to kind of just keep it a stack and just come back and tell y'all what was going on. Like I said, I'm a lot better than I was. I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to kind of get past it. I still have my bad days. I still have hard times. I still have my little triggers as normally, but I'm learning how to deal with it. It's gonna be a little bit hard coming up. His birthday's coming up, and but I mean, his family. Oh my God! Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole Tucker family. Shout out to the whole Fleming family. Everybody's been so accepting of me. Cause I don't. And sometimes when things like this happen, they kind of like, you're the girlfriend. You ain't the wife. You ain't the wife. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got no paperwork on this nigga. So it's like they be sitting there like, okay, yeah, your service, thank you for your services, like, you're good. But it's like they still keep me in the loop, they still keep me included, they still keep me updated. Me and his mother speak every week. Me and his sisters talk all the time. His kids still call me auntie, and they always gonna call me auntie as long as they want. But I'm really grateful for them because they really do still accept me and just been there. I mean, we're all going through this together. His mom is such a beautiful person. I don't know how she's dealing with this. I mean, no parent should ever bury their child. And I don't know, like my mom was telling me, like, losing, like, when you lose your parents, it's hard for us because we're kids. And that's why I'm, like, so big on his son. And I want to know how he's doing because, his son is older and he lost his dad, who was, like, his example. And his daughter, she's younger and she lost a parent, but she still has her support and everything like that. But still, it's like you lose parents, but a parent should never bury their children. That's like the heart. That's not even in the cycle, I guess. So I know, and that's her only son. So it's like I don't even know what to say to her half the time, because it's like, but I love her to death, and she's so sweet and she's so strong considering, and everybody else, like I said, his sisters that speak to them all the time. We crack jokes all the time, and the kids always cracking jokes with me, and we having a good time. So I really love them, and I really, really support them. Sharif, his brother, is, we both going through it, but once again, I appreciate them accepting me, and just still keeping me involved. That's always going to be my guy, despite whatever, people like, oh, despite whatever, that's always going to be my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell you, even though our relationship was not, like I said before, we was never perfect, but we was always us. We was never perfect. We had a lot of problems, as every relationship has. We had a lot of issues. We had ups and downs, all kind of crazy shit. But it was ours. It was us. And we was still in the mix. So we still doing it. We still making it happen. I was trying. We beefing right now, but we gonna play in the strip to Aruba. Like, we didn't even give a fuck. Like, we out. We don't care. And that's how it was until the day he passed away. And of course, there's always things you wish you could say. Always wish some things that you wish you had did different. But I'm really sticking to, I'm not gonna say I'm super religious, but I believe in God, and I do, I do believe in a higher power, and I believe in nothing happens for, everything happens for a reason. We don't know what that reason is, and we don't understand it all the time, but you will eventually get it. You know what I mean? You'll find out later what it was about and why it had to happen and why this person was in your life. We don't get, the hard thing about death is like, we know what's going to happen. We don't get to choose who or when. And I just pretty much keep my faith in that. Like, you know, I don't question it, because I'll tell you right now, if I could say, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve what happened to him. He died literally being a good person. He died. He was the type of person that if everybody say you a bad person, like, oh, this person does something, he'd be like, well, let's not count him out. You know what I mean? Let's see. You know, maybe he not that bad. Maybe he just misunderstood, or whatever the case may be. And he basically really just died being a big brother to somebody that didn't need a big brother, or just didn't appreciate it, I guess. And it's sad. It's really sad. It's so unfortunate. You know, he's 40 years old. He was a young man, still literally just now getting everything going. I'm really figuring it out. And like I said, I don't know we can't question what the purpose is, because everybody has a purpose on this earth. Everybody has a purpose in somebody's life. Everybody lives their life till the end of your chapter is written. But you know, I can only judge from my point. I say he didn't deserve it, which he didn't. I don't care what nobody says. He didn't deserve it. But that was his fate, and we have to deal with it. But you know, we just got. I just, like I said, I don't question God, and I don't question His tactics. I just kind of, you know, just take everything I've learned from Him, and learned from every situation we've been through, everything that we went through, everything we did. I just literally take bits and pieces, and I just apply it to my life as today. But I will say this, I'm not going to talk your heads off to death about the situation, because I don't want to just keep this in this place, even though it's the type of show that it is. But I just felt like it was my responsibility to you guys as listeners, as supporters, to understand why I was gone for so long, and why what was really going on. I know a lot of people have questions. A lot of people have been reading and speculating and things like that. I feel like it's my responsibility to you guys to kind of just at least clear the air a little bit, you know. But I will say this, and I this is what I also learned, and what I really feel now, and I really I deal with it. I apply it to my life now. Let that petty shit go. You hear me? Like, I'm telling you this from a place of experience. Like, let that petty shit go. You do not get to do that shit over if somebody leaves. If something happens, like, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to hit the rewind button and be like, oh, I didn't mean that. If you with somebody, be with that person. Figure it the fuck out. Figure it the fuck out. You hear me? Like, stop all that petty arguing over dumb shit. We gonna argue over dumb shit, you know what I mean? But argue over it and get past it. Yeah, we mad, but let's go eat mad. Like, we gonna do this shit together. Like, don't wait. Don't wait. If y'all could work it out, I don't care if you gotta be up to the morning working it out. I'm talking about relationships wise. Like, if y'all gotta be up in the morning talking about this shit, be up in the morning talking about this shit till you get it right. Because that person could walk out the door and you might not ever get to say what you needed to say. You know, if you love somebody, you tell them every fucking day, I love you. I don't care if you're mad at them. Yo, fuck you. I love you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care what it is. You let that be known. You gotta really, if you appreciate people and you want to, even if it's just like you don't have to be in like a serious relationship, but if you got a situation with somebody, be in that situation with somebody. Let them know what it is and have that communication going. Be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Stop with that petty shit. You do not want to be standing over their grave and being like, I should have said this, or maybe we shouldn't have did this, or maybe we could have did this before. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I had did this wouldn't have did this. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to ever question your actions because you was being petty or you wasn't being 100%. It's hard to be in love. It's hard to be a friend. It's hard because you have to sometimes humble yourself. You know what I mean? Egos get involved in a lot of this shit. It's hard. But if that person or that situation means something to you, figure it the fuck out. You do not want to be in a space where you're not, like they always say, oh, you're not promised tomorrow. Let some shit like this happen. You're going to realize you're not promised tomorrow. You're going to realize you don't have, I could have said I love you a lot more times. He could have said I love you a lot more times. We could have did this before. We could have did that. We could have took that trip. We could have went here. We could have said fucking and did this. But I don't get the do-over. We don't get the do-over. We don't get to hit the rewind button. So that's why it's so important that you get all your time and all your energy in now. And if you don't want to fuck with that person or whatever the case may be, let it go. You know what I mean? Because then if something happens, you start thinking or whatever. Like, you got to really keep it a stack and just be in it or don't be in it. And if you in it, go hard for it. It's really important that you do that. I don't care what it could be, anything, job, whatever it is. Be passionate about it and give your everything into it until you can't do it no more. Literally, because then you know you did everything you possibly could have did. You gave it your all, and in the end, whatever happens, you feel like, okay. That's why when couples be married for like 90 years or whatever, 90 years, hear me? When couples be married to they like 90 or whatever, and they've been together for like 50, 40 years, they complete. When something happens, it's like, yeah, they missing their partner because they didn't spend this time with them, but they know they fulfill everything they could have possibly fulfilled or they could have did, whatever. And it's not, it's like, if you genuine, it just doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt, that's a lie, but it's different. It's so different. And I see a lot of times people, they having petty arguments and petty shit, and I be like, yo, if y'all only knew how much I would give to have a petty argument right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so important that y'all figure that shit the fuck out. No matter what. If you fucking with them, fuck with them. You know what I mean? You gotta fight it out, work it out. You do not want to be, you don't want to be in no position like this questioning anything. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that because, like I said, I'm in a space now where I gotta start everything over, and I know we could have said a lot more I love yous, and we could have said a lot more things and done a lot more things, but we don't get to that time. And that's why it's like now I just take everything and just I don't take much for granted. I appreciate everything, and I take everything for what it is, and I try to learn from everything because I learned a lot. This shit is very, very, very life changing. When I tell you, it's a very life changing situation. And but I'm getting through it. I'm still going to therapy. I'm working on the depression. I'm working on everything. It's just a process. It's definitely a process, and I just, I'm working it out. So, but once again, I want to just thank everybody that supported me and has been there for me and just been, really just not letting me fall. Like nobody left me alone. I've not been, I'm not gonna say alone, but I've not been like unsupported at all throughout this, and that's so important. And I didn't really expect it because once again, who the hell knows what's gonna happen when something like this happens? You don't know what's going on. You just get through. But like I said, I love you guys so much. Y'all don't even understand how much your support and your presence and your time and your calls and your texts and your prayers, they all meant everything to me. And everyone that reached out to me on Instagram, Facebook, people still texting me, still emailing me, still DMing me, thank you. I can't even tell you enough how much it means. It really feels good. Keep praying though. Keep praying for me. Keep praying for his family. Keep praying for everybody. And also, like I said, just pray for justice. We're in the process now, going to court and everything like that, which we know is a drawn out process. It's not like the 848 where like you sit in the room and they talk to you and the next thing you know it's like, oh, so got nope. This is a process, baby. It's not law and order. This shit is not catch them today, we in court tomorrow. Oh no. And I tell you, this is the stressful part. This is the draining part. This is the part where we gotta really, band together as a unit, me and the family and everybody. So I just, once again, just keep us in your prayers and keep praying for us and keep pushing for everybody. I'm gonna try to be the best me for you guys. I'm gonna try to keep the show very entertaining. I know this, once again, I know this show is kind of dark and whatever. Like, oh my God, Tameka. But I don't want it to be. I just really wanted to just be honest with you guys and just be clear. We talk about everything else. You feel me? We talk about everything else, and I plan on talking about everything else with you guys, and I plan on being as real and as raw as I possibly can be in this situation. I just felt like I needed to address it. I could not just come back after this and just talk about, hey, guess what happened to me on the train? I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, where you been for 6 months? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I ain't trying to be that. I ain't trying to be, y'all be like, get the hell out of here. No. But trust me when I tell you, we're going to come back. And I'm going to have more topics, more guests. Switching up. We're going to have a whole bunch of different hosts, different people. You're going to see more of me talking about myself. And and just different things. I'm trying to just bring the best OK Real Quick experience that we possibly can. If you guys have any suggestions or you guys want to email me, you can email me at okrealquick@gmail.com. And once again, that Instagram page at OK Real Quick. Yeah, so just make sure you reach out to me. Tell me if you have any suggestions on the show. If you have anything you want me to talk about. If you got any input. I'm all open because this is our show. I mean, we've been talking on Instagram for how long now, guys? This is where it all came from. So we're going to keep doing it. I'm back. Your girl is back. And I'm ready. And we're going to have a good time. And we just going to keep it moving. We're going to just, make this the best experience we possibly can. It's our show. This is your show and my show. So if y'all want to see more of something, let me know. And ideas. I got a couple things coming up. I got a couple giveaways coming up, so stay tuned for that. And just different things. Just make sure. And while we talking, season 3 of Nightlife, the web series, has started. I'm pretty sure y'all know. A couple of y'all do. Most of y'all should know at this point. Damn it. Most of y'all should know. I play Yaz on Nightlife web series. You can catch it on YouTube. Nightlife web series. Just put it in. It'll pop up. Watch the whole season. We up to season 3. And that's pretty much it. We started. Episode 3 is going. And so make sure y'all do that. Shout out to Give and Go. Shout out to Tad and Maine. Deanna and Kiana, all them people. So, let's get it going.